Hello everyone, welcome to webapp2.com. Today I'm going to teach you how to use object-oriented JavaScript in your web applications. So, why object-oriented JavaScripts? Why not just say JavaScript with functions and variable? The advantage of object-oriented JavaScript is you will be able to manage your code very well, and there are some limitation in the JavaScript. Otherwise, the procedure with JavaScript, whereas object-oriented JavaScript has those features which will enable you to do so many awesome things in web app. So, before I start the tutorial, I hope you already know the basic of JavaScript, such as variable, functions, array, and how to use web editor or the editor for writing codes, as well as those basic concepts. I'm assuming that you already know these things. Without any delay, I would like to start with one example. So let's start. I usually use this Dreamweaver CS6 as my editor. You can use any editor that you are familiar with. I just use this one for most of my work. So let's start with new JavaScript file. JavaScript. Alright. So actually I want to use as a HTML so that I can use browser to debug my code and things like that. So file, new HTML, create. There you go. Alright, so basically, as you know, you can use a script tag in any HTML documents the way you want it. So I'm just going to write my JavaScript inside the body tag, just closing before body tags. Alright, here's my JavaScript document. So in object-oriented JavaScripts, there are two kind of object you need to know. One is called constructor based, and one is called literal. First of all, I would like to show the example of what is constructor based object and what is literal, and after that I will show you what is literal based object. So let's start with the constructor based object. What is constructor based? If you are familiar with the object oriented programming language like C++, Java, PHP, where you have a class, but in JavaScript actually there is no class. It's a prototype based, and I will teach you later what that means, prototype, in later tutorials. For now, let's start with very basic example. Let's say there's a function called person. Yeah, and the person has some properties which are like some attributes. Let's say those attributes are like this the name equal to something. For now I'm just empty. This dot dob. Alright, and this dot, what else we can use? Person has name, dob, maybe his job title. Okay, job title. Alright, something like that. Alright, so we can give some value here, default value, or we can pass from the constructor. It's up to you where you want to do it. For me, I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm gonna say my name Santos. This random DOB, let's say 2029 February 1991. Okay, something like that. And job title is web developer. Okay, and the good thing about the function is this is you can have another properties, which is like this dot print message. Let's say what this does is, this is function, yeah, and it basically adds those three variables. Okay, so return, this function returns uh, this dot name plus uh, plus this dot dob. Okay, plus this dot job title. Okay, this dot job title. All right, and we can say in the front something like this: name, date of birth, and job title. All right, so what this function does is, this function simply close that. And what happened here? Showing some error there. Alright, and there's a dot. Okay, so yeah, what this function does is, this functions add those three attributes and return a message which gives name, date of birth, and job title. Okay, which is this dot name is this dot name, this is job, this is job title. Okay, that's it. Now we want to call that function. This is two way of doing it. So we need to create an object here. How you create object? It's very simple. I say var portion 1, let's say portion 1 equal to new portion. Okay, now what we did is we create an object of this function, which is portion 1. Now this portion 1 has access to properties of this function, which is name, dob, job title, as well as the function, the properties, as well as the attributes as well, and print message, all of this. So now what we can do is something like that. Document dot write, right? This is the way you print the message in browser. Document dot write. Okay, hello, something like that. Hello, hello. Now this portion, we can select portion 1 dot print message. Okay guys, alright. Now what this statement does is, this statement prints hello, name equal to Santos, your date of birth is equal to Damos, and your job title is job title, which is here. And this value doesn't need to be the static one. You can pass from parameters basically. I will show you how to do that as well in later tutorial. Okay, so we did that. Alright, so let's save this file. It's a test file or whatever, a person file, you can call it anything. Save it. Alright, I will call this one obj text.html. You can call it HTML. Okay, sure, and then save it. The file is saved. Now just you can just run with any browser. I'm gonna run with the Chrome, since it's a okay. Looks like there's some problem with function. Maybe call this